great Albert Einstein said, the field is the only reality. What did he mean by that? He further said the field is the sole governing agency of the particle. Hi, this is Takatoshi Shibayama, the host of the Future Design Podcast. I run a blockchain solutions company, and I'm always searching for new technologies and ideas to improve ourselves and the world we live in. Today, I have Mark Hernandez, a holistical practitioner that focuses on people's and animals' energy fields and healing their harmonic frequencies rather than using chemical medicine. We discuss how our inner and outer energy affects one another without going into quantum physics, so stick around to the end. Future Design Podcast. So there's a lot of people in this world that talk about the limitation of Western medicine, and I've already experienced that for myself. Whether I do sports and I have injuries, going to getting painkillers is not really the solution, and I want to heal myself in a very different way than just shoving in painkillers down my throat. What is your opinion about that?
Yeah. So, well, first of all, thank you for the invitation to be on your show. It's great to be with you and your community. Yeah. So, So my take is, there's a time and place for everything. Okay, it's to maintain our health and wellness. As we know, if we have some type of like major accident, something traumatic, shoulders hanging off, Western medicine's great for that. Okay, especially like in emergency situations, acute situations. You want to literally, metaphorically stop the bleeding. Okay, and then what we find is sometimes, as you said, Western medicine, has some solutions, some tools, primarily, pharmaceuticals and surgeries. But beyond that, I think the model is incomplete. Okay. Uh, the listeners around the world, especially like I lived in Asia for 2 years, Asia, India, they've always been open to other types of medicine, energy medicines that can help restore balance and flow to the body. So yeah, I'm absolutely all for what people works. If they got hit by a car in horrible pain, maybe for a period of time, the painkiller is the most humane thing to do. And then you look for more natural things, like you said, to do the long-term healing, because often those pharmaceuticals will, kind of treat, as the Western medicine says, the symptoms, but not get at the root. Energy medicine will get at the root.
And you're the energy medicine expert. And interestingly, in Japan, when we talk about sickness, there's a phrase for that. It says sickness comes from energy. And yep. What it means is that if you have negativity in your body, negative energy in your body, it actually comes out as a symptom of sickness. Now, I think that what you're doing also is very similar to that, or probably, share the same philosophy as that. Can you explain to us a little bit what energy medicine means, energy healing means?
Yeah, so energy medicine is kind of like an umbrella term that refers to a series of techniques, practices, and systems in which the practitioner identifies blocks in the energy flow and restores balance and harmony in a nutshell. Okay, that can show up in a variety of ways. From the East, definitely traditional Chinese medicine. Those that have visited in herbs, they're seeking to restore balance in the body, sometimes through, Chinese herbs or other tools. People that have gone to an acupuncturist know that the acupuncturist is using the meridian system, the energy flow of the body, the subtle energy, to restore balance through, and the technique is in part through needles. They know what they're doing. Okay. Chiro, those that have been to a chiropractor know that kind of the main focus of the chiro is the spine. So they're using all the physical body to restore balance in the energy body. Because all of us, we're really, as Einstein said many years ago, pure energy. Okay. So we have our physical body, which on one level is very tangible, very 3D. Okay. Looks solid in that level. On another level, we're really pure energy popping in and out. So we have our physical body and we have an energy body. The energy body is like the blueprint for your physical body. So as you said, the theory in many Eastern medicines is that the imbalances, the disharmony starts out on the energetic blueprint. and over time can show up in the physical body as pain or dis-ease, imbalances in the energy field. So energy medicine, all these things I described, and also just pure energy, what I do is to restore the balance and harmony and flow, raise the vibration so people experience more health, wellness, vitality, peace of mind, and happiness, and more.
And you talk about the inner energy, and you also talked about the outer energy as well. So
Yeah.
we can understand that if we have negative energy within ourselves, it might come out negatively, as I said before. But can we absorb the energy outside? Let's say there's a lot of negativity in the room with different people complaining or being angry. Can that affect our inner energy as well?
Absolutely, yes. Okay. The idea is that, like I said, all of us have a vibration. We all want to be at a higher vibration. If our energetic boundaries are strong, we are less susceptible to, like you said, pick up those lower vibration energies of other people, other places. Um, we all know, like right now in the world, there's a lot of fear, okay, and a lot of people for a variety of reasons. What we know is fear is a lower vibration energy that will immediately take a hit. Your physical and energetic immune systems will take a hit. If you're in fear, anxiety all the time, it makes you more susceptible to low frequencies. And like you said, that can show up over time. So yeah, I see this all the time. Like, with everything going on with the world situation, a lot of spaces like hospitals, people that have gone through tough stuff right now, they leave energetic imprints. They're like Snoopy, energetic pig pins. You leave your little signature and you can pick it up. If your field's not strong, you can over time absorb that, and that can impact your health and well-being.
Interesting. And we sometimes hear that animals can sense our energy as well. So we're not just the only humans in this world. There's trees, there's nature, animals, all these different types of energy forces living amongst ourselves. And how can animals and plants, the world vegetation can feel our senses or vice versa?
Yeah. Oh, animals. Let me start with the animals and then I'll get to the plants. Yeah, the animals, it's very interesting because I do consultations for people, animals, and spaces. Often my clients will bring me their animals with whatever issue, behavioral issue or gone to the vet and something's going on. Okay. What I'm finding in the last like 3 months, traditionally before 3 months ago, I would do a session on an animal, and about 95% of the time, I would be working directly on the animal. The animal has stuff, or they absorbed it from the humans. Okay, 95% was my focus of an animal session was on the animal. Now, over the last 3 months, it's starting to get like 33% of my session is actually doing healing on the human. The animal is standing in and like pointing to the human that the human needs help. So as I'm doing the session, I go, the animal is actually pointing to you. Is it okay if I do a little healing work on you? People love it. They go, oh, I got a 2-for-1. So yeah, so the animals definitely can have their own life issues, but they absorb it. So let me go to the plants. Yeah, the plants, they have feelings. The trees. I know in a lot of countries, people will spend time hugging the trees and getting healing benefits, but also hear messages because the trees have a lot of wisdom. I remember when I lived in Taiwan, outside of Taipei, there was this really like 2,000 old forest. It was majestic. It was up in the mountains, and we just went and sat with the trees, and it was very cool. So yeah, the trees absorb. They know what's going on, and you can get a lot of healing by just spending time in nature, either putting your feet on the ground or hugging a tree.
Yeah, I remember my parents used to take care of a lot of vegetables around the house, and when they had to move away, of course they didn't leave the house. They left the
Sure.
house as it is, but the plants were still there, and they'll come back once in a while to take care of the plants, but they never blossomed as they did before when they were living. So my mother used to always say that because I'm not there, they're not receiving my energy, and they're feeling sad, so they're not blossoming, or they're not getting the fruits that they used to get. So I guess it's kind of like the same thing that you were talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, definitely here in the U.S., there's some people that talk to their plants, for many years, and there's studies also even with music. If you play Baroque music around plants, they'll most likely flourish. If you play something like heavy metal, they'll go down. So the frequency, so they're in tune too, just like humans and animals. The plant kingdom is in tune. Just we see this too on another level on the earth. What we're doing if we're polluting the earth, not taking care of it, the plants feel it too. So everything's connected. It's all one. We're all one.
Yeah, I've seen art before where they had a container of water and they made it listen to varieties of water and they took a shot of the water particle and they showed that it looks so different compared to, as you said, classical music to jazz music to heavy metal, all sorts of different music. So, I do think that they do absorb the energy from many different things. So how can we really feel this energy? So you talk about energy, we kind of understand it conceptually. Yes, there's energy. I mean, this whole world is energy. But how do I get to feel what kind of energy is going around myself? How can I take a snapshot of myself and say and feel or understand what my energy level is?
Okay. So again, as we know, energy is going to fluctuate. You won't be constantly at a really high level or low level. It can go up and down as far as vibration. But getting a sense is just like you wake up. I think it's just an intuitive feeling. You just kind of go, I just don't feel right, or wow, my hand is hurting. I don't remember hitting it or anything. That's kind of strange. And then if you just kind of tune into your body, you may get a message of, oh, yeah, I had a fight with so and so, or yeah, I am worried about that project. Okay. And just say, and then you can ask, there are different ways people do it. But I always call in for divine assistance, archangels, my light team to say, hey, I need a little tune up here. Can you give it? Yeah. Oh, okay, it's looser. So that's one way. It's just kind of like you feel off, or you go into your office and you walk in and you just go, ooh, something's different today. Maybe someone's going through something. And I think if all of us tap into our intuition, our inner knowing, the things we know without knowing how we know, we'll get information. We get quiet. If we're all frenetic and stressed, it's harder to hear those messages. But we just kind of go inside into a moment of stillness and peace. You'll get messages of hints of like, oh, do this, drink water, you're dehydrated. Okay. Often it'll be just a word or two. And those are some things I recommend.
Now, what are some routines that were morning routines, or it could be in the evening as well, to really understand where we are at present? So some people might say we should meditate. What is some of your favorite things that you do that you practice on yourself?
Yeah. So my own self practices. Yeah. I, I practice daily energetic self care. One, I think it's important that everyone have picked, his or her activities, routines that they like to do. The ones I like to do is I start my morning. I listen to some frequency music of Dr. Karen Can. She's based here in the U.S. Just real quick, first background medical doctor, went into did acupuncture, did energy medicine, certified in the emotion code, body code, and now is doing pure light medicine. Okay. So what she does is she has these two MP3s, they're about 10 minutes each. And, just from the night, because when we're asleep, we go places, sometimes when we wake up here back on the earth plane, we're not completely here. So it kind of brings you back into your body and harmonizes your body. And then the second MP3 gives you like positive morphic feels like self-confidence, make sure you have the full blueprint for love, all that kind of gets you, fill up your tank. You start off the morning really strong. So that's like 20 minutes. I do that. And then I have a series of other MP3s that I like from other healers that I know, like, and trust that just kind of like, oh, yeah, my digestion can use a little tune up. Let's play that. And it helps, and then, of course, all the things like eating well, organic eating, all that is a contribution. But for me, I use a lot of frequency music. And the last thing I like to add, because you mentioned the water with Dr. Emoto, Masaru Emoto, sorry, my pronunciation. But yeah, about the water, I have this program. It's really cool since it's also future design by this guy named Peter Schenk, Shenk, out of Connecticut. He has a lot of programs. One of them is called Aquaware 5.1. What you can do, he builds on the work of Dr. Emoto to enable you to program the water with frequency through intentions over probably 1,500 now. Everything from more health oriented to, I could use more, self-confidence frequency. You just, in 15 seconds, they'll program the water, you drink it, and it's cool.
And when people go to you for consultation or come to you, even if it's online, what kind of, how does the session progress? Can you give us a little taster of that?
Sure, be happy to. So basically, the people that come to me, like I said, right now, before all the stuff, COVID, I was 95% online. Now I'm 100%. So the people that typically come to me, so they're typically consciously aware individuals. They're already in the holistic space. They're doing acupuncture, chiro, all that stuff. Whatever they are usually doing to help themselves, they've either found a partial solution or no solution, okay? And they're typically in pain on some level, okay? Level 7 or higher, 10 being the highest, okay? They're going like, hey, I've gone through 90 to 95% of the things that help most people, and I'm still in pain. What's going on? Okay, so typically they'll come to me with 1 to 3 major issues. A session right now for humans, 95% of the time is 30 minutes. I tell them when they book. The last 5% are an hour. So what I do, they tell me, give me an information like right shoulder pain. Had it for 10 years, comes and goes. Right now I'm level 8 of 10. Okay, right shoulder pain. I'm having some digestive issues in this area. Okay. It's severe. I have a lot of bloating. Okay, bloating issue. So I make a list. So the way it works, I have their permission. I tune into their field, see that they're energetically testable. Spines aligned, they're hydrated. I test on myself. I ask for help from above. God, source, creator, that's where the healing comes from. So I tune into their energy field. My light team shows me what's locking in place their stuff. I clear it. The 2 most common things people have is emotional baggage. Anger, grief, resentment. Recently, 20 years ago, you can come into this world with emotional baggage from the ancestors. The other thing I see a lot of, since we talk about external, toxicity, cell phone radiation, Wi-Fi, 5G, mercury fillings, all that. So the way it works, I tune in, the body will tell me, grief, 10 years ago. Do I need more? No, let's just clear it. 1, 2, 3, gone. Next thing, toxicity, cell phone radiation. Okay, it's like this big, no more, let's just release, go. So I keep on going until the body will say, we're completely done with the issue or done for now. So let's say we're working on the right shoulder pain and, they could move it like this. It's okay, give it a gentle test. After 10 minutes, they'll go, oh, okay, I was at level 8. Wow, I have more motion. I'm at a 4. I'm at a 2. I've seen it go to a 0 in 10, 15 minutes. So that's how a session works.
So you do all this online without even physical contact with your patients?
Yes, 100%.
So what do you actually read? So let's say, just if you could use me as an example, I'm probably surrounded by electronics all day long because I'm sitting in front of a computer, my cell phone, there's lights everywhere, microphones, there's lots of things. And obviously I'm sitting down. I try to sit up straight as possible, but a lot of times, I do have to hunch down, or maybe my spine is really tight because, I'm just sitting down all the time. How do you actually see the energetic force around me at the moment?
Okay. So I'm going to have your permission to tune in. Let me just see what I hear intuitively. Okay. Like the strength of your energy field, like around your aura, is like 7.1 of 10. So that's pretty good. I see a lot lower. Let me see where I'm just tracking energetically. Okay. I'm getting energetically like, let's see here. There's a weakness there. Is it okay if I just touch that up there, strengthen that area energetically? Would that be okay?
Yes, yes, thank you.
All right.
Because
So let's call on the Archangel's Light team. We're just going to kind of strengthen that area. And there just seems to be a little gap or hole there. Sending white healing energy in the field anywhere that needs extra love and attention now. Okay, let's see where we are now with your overall field, the strength. Okay, you're at 8.9. Let me see where else. Okay, so like about 2 feet above your head this way, there's a weakness there. Can I strengthen that? No? Okay. What else do I need to know? Okay. I'm tracking an emotion of like resentment, not recently, like a couple years ago. Do I need to know more? Can I just clear it? Yeah. Archangel's Light team is now kind of resolve and create this resentment energy, resolve and create the highest best way in the whole soul thought solution of love, light, truth, integrity. Good. All right, we got that emotion of resentment. Let's see where we are now. Clear that. Yeah. Okay, it's up to 9.9. Anything else you need? Yeah, we'll just let that integrate. So you went from like a 7.1 to 9.9. So your field is stronger now.
yeah, actually, the two things that you actually said, I have on my left side, lower lumbar area, has had a pain in there for quite some time, and usually, because I do exercise, I just create a muscle around it so that I don't actually feel it. But I had an injury from like pulling up a motorcycle on a hill once, so I damaged that quite some time ago. And the resentment that you said was from a job that I've left. And I don't know if I resent my partner or they resent myself from actually doing that, but there's definitely something that matches what you described.
Yeah, that again, I just go with what the archangels showed me. And let me say that, lots of times we go through things, whatever, all of us have been through some tough jobs or whatever at one point. We think we're over it and we're done, and we are. Sometimes there's some residual stuff. Again, that overtime combined with this or that can cause some pain or discomfort. And also, let me say, because this is important probably for others out there that have been in any type of like accident, like auto accident, motorcycle accident, what I see sometimes is, people had an accident 20 years ago. What can happen sometimes is that trauma energy, the frequency is still vibrating in the body. Okay, I'm not saying they can't get out of bed, but sometimes it's running in the background, taking the energy. I've worked with people in their 60s, and I'm working on an issue, and it takes me back. I said, this is taking back to age 8. I'm seeing an image of you on the bicycle. I said, does that make any sense? I don't know. You go, oh, I had a really bad accident. I fell on my head. I said, yeah, you've been carrying a trauma energy for 52 years. Can we let it go? Yeah, come on, let's let it go. It's gone. Okay. They often feel different in very short order. Okay. When they've been carrying those, kind of running in the background, they feel different. Trauma energies are big.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. I didn't think that we can go through all that in one session.
I cover quite a bit. Like I said, typically 1 to 3 major issues, and these major issues are entry points. The body will tell me what the priority issues, So, like I said, we may be working on this, and then it goes, oh, take him to a love relationship when you were 15. Oh yeah, that was tough, and you're still carrying residual, whatever. It's going to be different for everyone.
Yeah. And is there any way that I can keep this 9.9, no, I wouldn't say perpetually, but maintain this 9.9 on a daily basis?
9.9, great. So, I'm still like, I adjust my energy field every day. Couple reasons. I mean, I'm a practitioner. I'm working with a lot of people. I keep my field strong, but the truth is sometimes, hey, little residual stuff from a client I'm working with comes in, just be honest. So I'm all the more, I clear my field 2 to 3 times a day. A couple things, since you are around so many computers, technology, again, and everyone has a different susceptibility. So I'm not saying there's one, but there are some I'll have to think. There's a company out of Canada. You can get a subscription service for, I'll send you the information, a pretty moderate price. It will, like, if for your home or your office, it will greatly reduce the frequencies, EMFs, and all that. Okay, support, because you know, and there's other like pendants or frequency things. Maybe that'd be a good thing. I'll put together a little list of EMF products that people can consider. They're not mine, but I know they work, or for people to consider, because that's the thing with energy. You know, I may like a certain pendant, works great for me, and they go, other person doesn't do much for me. So it's always about finding what's right for you. But yeah, I have some. I'll send you some suggestions.
And your talent for this, I mean, is this something that you acquired sometime in your life, or do you think it was you were born with this?
I think a couple things. I think all of us come in this lifetime with there's certain missions we're meant to accomplish in this lifetime. I definitely know for me, I'm a humanitarian. My first professional background, I have a PhD in Hispanic Studies, taught at the college level for 20 plus years, wrote books, Latin America, Latino, United States. I think for that period of my life, that was my mission. Okay. I love my research. I love teaching. I love sharing about Latin America, all that stuff. And then I think at this later stage of my life, starting in 2007, 2009, I started discovering this set of my abilities was meant to come online. I've always had intuitive gifts. I've always had abilities from a young age. And I think at least here in the US and probably many parts of the world, kids are taught to shut those abilities down. Like if you just know things and you blurt something out, they go, how'd you know that? That's weird. Okay. So at least here in the US, and I'll let people think for themselves for other parts of the world. But it was meant to come online. And this is, I'm doing my life's work for this stage of my life, and I love it because I see that it genuinely helps people. Just the other day, I was at a local, I'm here in Chicago, at a local business networking event online, and I did a demo. Okay. It was Joe the plumber. Okay. So Joe isn't, into energy medicine. He just knew he had a hurt right shoulder, and he was open. Okay. To saying, I've had this for 4 years. I'm a plumber. It hurts. So I said, okay, will you allow me to work? So it was a 5-minute mini healing. He went from a 7 to a 3. Okay. And had it for 4 years. And then I could tell energetically, I'm going to hear back. The rest pretty much came undone. Okay. Sometimes it happens immediately, sometimes over time. So I think that's the key. If people are, it always requires at least an open-minded person. It may work, it may not, but I'm willing to play. Okay. Let's see what's possible.
So is this reading people's energy? Did you study this, or did you?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I did. It's a combination. I think I have. I was given gifts, intuitive gifts. Coming down to the earth. And go, I think this Hernandez guy needs some extra scoops. That were meant to come online. And also, I study. Okay, I study. I invest in my healing work. I've spent many hours, many dollars to get my skills level up to where I am. And I started this in 2008. It's like everything. I always tell people, like the basketball player Michael Jordan, he definitely had raw talent, and he practiced. Okay, so it's like everything. If we really want to get to the next level of our craft, whatever we're doing, whatever our calling in life, we invest time and money and sweat. In the age of Instapot, Insta everything, I think sometimes people forget there is a certain amount of investment of time. Some things, yeah, I love things fast. Who doesn't? But sometimes things take time to really perfect your craft.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been for if anybody has done sports or music or anything that requires a long commitment, long time to perfect or master their craft, you need so much time to work on it, obviously. And as you say, right now you can get anything at the tip of your fingers. So obviously you do need to invest a lot of time to get mastery. But Do you think that this energy force that you started to feel, is this something that you always felt and you try to cultivate it a little bit more? I mean, is there a lineage of energy healing or energy medicine that you've studied?
Yeah. Okay. So as far as like formal certifications, so I call myself a holistic practitioner, intuitive healer. I have formally studied. I'm certified in modalities called the emotion code, the body code, Dr. Bradley Nelson, advanced ash work by Rudy Hunter. I work a lot with Dr. Karen Can's Tulpa Can healing for like my more advanced, spiritually advanced people. That's where I go a lot because we go a lot of places. And also, I just know since 2009 when I lived in Taiwan, I learned a lot online through there are a lot of online telesummits. When I first started in 2009, I think there were like three. Now they're like 17 or 25. But I've learned a lot from healers. I have my own library of things I've purchased from other healers that are great products and tools. So I'm always learning. It's like innovation. The future, none of us are static. We're always learning more, updating, because just like the Windows program or whatever computer programs update, we update. It's so interesting over the last even 2 years. Let's say maybe 3 years ago, something that used to take more like an hour to do in a session, okay, because of the energies. The energies are supportive of people that are open to changing. That now I can see that change happen in 3 minutes. Okay, it's yes, my skill levels are higher, and also the energies coming in from the planets and elsewhere are supportive of people changing if they choose.
And I always want to ask people who are very sensitive to energy. I mean, how can we not just heal ourselves, but heal people around us, the animals and planets around us, with our positive energy?
Yeah. So, there's that saying from within to without, everything begins within us. So, if we're seeing a lot of, like here in the US at least, disharmony in a lot of parts of the world, check in within ourselves first. Okay. Uh, you kind of like healing starts with yourself. Okay. When we're stronger, also the world looks different. Doesn't mean it's perfect, but also it's kind of like that saying when we used to travel on airplanes a lot, when they always say, if there's an emergency, put on your own oxygen mask first. Okay. You need to be energetically strong. You need to have a full cup to be able to give at the next level. Again, you know, so you need to be giving from a full cup. But yeah, people that work with like animals, just even sending you, keeping your vibration high, sending them your love, that's a start. You can just intend that you send out the 528 hertz frequency, which is the frequency of love, and it's the miracle frequency where healing really happens. One of them. So that's one thing you can do. So that'd be my main recommendation: is start with yourself, get yourself strong, and then look for opportunities. Here are the lots of times animal shelters that you can, and you can learn remote healing, that you can just send them energy. They'll be a lot better.
Yeah, I have plenty of questions I'd like to ask you, but I think we're kind of around time. So thank you very much for sharing your story and sharing how your methods. And I would love to keep talking with you sometime in the future. So thank you very much.
I would too. It was a lot of fun. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Hi, this is your host Takatoshi Shibayama. Thank you for listening all the way to the end. Now, if you enjoyed or disliked the show, please let me know by writing in the comment section. The only way I can improve or add value to you is through your voices. If there are any topics that you would like me to pick up, please also let me know in the comments. I'd love to start chatting with you all. And if you would like to continue watching the show, please subscribe. Thank you.